Health and safety within the business environment is often ignored or not seen as important. Health and safety is crucial within any business environment, whether it be an office or an oil rig. It is important to recognise the hazards and risks within each environment and for employers to ensure they are dealt with accordingly. The Health and Safety at Work Act of 1974 is legislation that has been put into place to ensure that all working environments are healthy and safe for all who work in them or visit them. Within, it details the responsibilities of employers, management, staff, visitors, and external contractors. The employer's responsibilities include to ensure the health and safety and welfare at work of employees so far as is reasonably practicable, to provide safe systems of work and equipment, a safe working environment and adequate welfare facilities, safe means of entry and exit to and from work, to have in place and regularly update a written statement on the health and safety policy of the organisation, and this must be known to the employees of the organisation, and to provide information and instruction on health and safety and the use of equipment. Employees must take reasonable care of their own health and safety. They must take reasonable care of the health and safety of others affected by what they do, and they must cooperate with their employer in carrying out the health and safety requirements. All employees are entitled to a healthy and safe working environment, safe systems of work in place, adequate welfare facilities, safe access to and from work, and information and training on the systems and equipment in use to ensure that they work in a healthy and safe way. The organisation also has rights. All organisations must display an up-to-date health and safety poster in a prominent position for all staff to read. This poster outlines the responsibilities of employers and employees and details the people who can be contacted for information and advice, and to whom any health and safety issue should be reported. This also includes employees who work in a safe and healthy manner, having due care for their own safety and that of others, and employees who cooperate with them in ensuring health and safety requirements are met. While the main legislation is the Health and Safety at Work Act of 1974, there are other regulations that are passed to make sure that health and safety laws are kept up to date and improved. Some examples of these are reporting of injuries, disease, and dangerous occurrences regulations, otherwise known as RIDDOR. This covers the reporting of accidents, incidents, which cause injury or disease. It covers what should be reported and how, and the investigation that should take place. The Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations of 1999. This covers risk assessment and the monitoring of health and safety. Risk assessments analyse the hazards that exist in the workplace and assess the likely risks from them, whether they are low, medium or high, and it details how the risks can be minimised or eradicated. Workplace Regulations of 1992. This covers the condition of the workplace you are expected to work in, complementing the Health and Safety at Work Act and offering more detail. The Health and Safety Regulations of 1992, DSE. This covers what is necessary to make the use of computers, recognised as VDUs, visual display units, and the workstation you work in safe and comfortable. The Provision and Use of Work Equipment Regulations of 1998. These regulations cover equipment in use in your organisation and require your employer to ensure that the equipment you use is suitable, safe, and properly maintained, and that you receive the required training on its use. Organisations must provide first aid facilities according to their size and the work carried out. First aid boxes should be regularly checked. Organisations must provide suitably trained and qualified first aiders or appointed persons. The appointed person is responsible for ensuring the first aid box is refilled, taking control of the situation and calling any emergency services. An appointed person is not a qualified first aider and so must not carry out any first aid. While care is taken to ensure you operate in a healthy and safe environment, accidents do happen. Accidents must be reported to the appropriate person in the organisation. A written record must be completed. In some circumstances, it must be reported to the Environmental Health Department of your local authority or the Health and Safety Executive. These examples include where the accident has resulted in the employee breaking a bone, being injured from electric shock leading to unconsciousness or resuscitation, or admittance to hospital for more than 24 hours. They will then visit and carry out an investigation. The organisation must carry out an investigation of any accident, reportable or not, to ensure the hazard is removed. Hazardous substances in the office can include photocopier toner and bleach for cleaning. This is legislated for under the Control of Substances Hazardous to Health, COSH. COSH regulations cover use and storage of substances. Data sheets on each hazardous substance should be obtained from the manufacturer or supplier and retained in an accessible area. Your employer will assess the hazards within your workplace and the risks they may present. A hazard is anything that has the potential to cause harm. A risk is the likely chance, whether that is low, medium, or high, that the hazard will cause harm. The Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations of 1999 requires risk assessments to be carried out no matter the level of risk. It is your responsibility to report any hazard. In summary, health and safety needs to be considered in any task that you carry out. You must ensure you have a tidy and organised work area and should at all times minimise waste. Remember, you have responsibilities for health and safety in the workplace and not just your employer. Being aware of your responsibilities should ensure that you and others remain healthy and safe, and you contribute to a pleasant and productive working environment.